This is the Momma Fit Podcast. This podcast is dedicated to all those mamas out there that want to fit a workout in a day, or want to fit in a moment of bliss, or hey, you want to fit into those skinny jeans. Dana Dieters is the host of Momma Fit Podcast. She's a mother of two beautiful girls, a wife, and entrepreneur. Her passion became her profession when she had a wake-up call about 15 years ago. With the support of others and a positive attitude, she was able to overcome the hurdles in her life. This mama strives to wake up and conquer each day to make it better than the day before. Her passion for business and education to others is what drives this mama to be the best version of Momma Fit. With Dana's background, she hopes to help you with your business, health and fitness needs, family time in the kitchen, and give you motivation and inspiration to tackle your day. And most importantly, to help you fit in your Momma Fit time.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Momma Fit Podcast. It is already mid-July. The summer is going by super fast, and I realize I have not had a podcast episode in a month. My life has turned into a very busy but very powerful couple of months, and I've been really busy on working on another book, which is going to be a pregnancy ebook, which will have videos and all that jazz. It's almost finished. I'm just putting on the finishing touches, and then I just need some editing and approval with a doctor, because it is going to be more of a health and fitness type of routine, which deals with women and their pregnancy. So I want to make sure I have a good backing on this book. While writing this book, I was thinking about my own story of my own pregnancy and going back to how I felt when I was pregnant and all the emotional things that go along with being pregnant. I know for myself, I had dealt with super crazy emotions during the pregnancy because I did have a miscarriage before I had gotten pregnant with Stella. And that same thing happened when I got pregnant with Adriana. I miscarried before I had her. So it was kind of a rough start on both ends because you just never know if the baby is going to stay healthy or stay alive or whatever it is. So your mind plays so many games. And we all have stories to tell, and I feel like sometimes when we don't tell our part of our story, it doesn't get out there and other people might feel like they're alone and all that jazz. So it kind of brought up my topic for today is the stories that we tell ourselves, and we all have stories. It's just how are we going to tell them and get it out there? And it's not like you're being showy or you want sympathy. It's just being out there so you can also help others in the process. Some people think they have not really a story to tell, but I know everyone has a story. It doesn't have to be a famous story, extraordinary story. It just has to be something that you went through that could potentially help somebody else. And we all have stories to tell, no matter what it is, health related or not. It can be financial reasons. It can be family reasons. It can be anything. A story begging to be told is our success and our failures while trying to express something deeper. All our lives are important. For our lives to be truly meaningful, though, our thoughts of who we are and what we talk about are all stories that matter. And it can truly make a difference in someone else's life. We run into dilemmas, a story to tell, or something even to vent about. We are the sum of the stories that we tell ourselves. And those stories are necessarily the person that we become and the memories that we can share. Our lives are the stories that we constantly invite others to help us create and share and live. Our stories are what our meaning of our life is. It shapes the truths of who we believe we are. And we all walk many different paths in life, and we all each have a story to tell. If there's one thing that you can think of a story that you've been through, could that help somebody else in the long run? I was telling my mother this like about a month ago. She had cancer, she had breast cancer, and I was talking about the fact that she's been through something super huge in her life, and that is a gift that she can give to someone else and share her story about what she went through with someone that's dealing with it now. She is a survivor, and something that's so huge that could inspire somebody else going through the same thing. But what she told me was that she kind of put that past her and she doesn't remember a lot of it. On the other hand, I do. I do remember what she went through because I lived with her. I lived with my family when she was going through breast cancer, and it was not a good sight. It's very sad. It's very stressful. She wasn't really well half the time, and she was sad. But I know in the back of her mind, she was also strong. She knew she could get through it. She had the positive words. She really had a strong religious background, so she knew she didn't have to take all that on herself. So again, our stories are what shapes who we are. Even if you don't remember some of it, I had to go through my eating disorder stages in my life for a speaking engagement. And there were so many things that I kind of forgot and I put behind the doors because I didn't want to actually open it up. I wanted to forget it. But those stories that I went through and the whole eating disorder stage of my life was an actual gift because I can help somebody else out. So we all have stories, and what helps us, it will enrich us, and it will make us have a voice for that stage in our life and that situation in our life that can help other people. By getting our story out there, it does help us heal as well. It makes us heal from that situation. The more we talk about it, the more we tell our story. By listening to others as well, we validate each other. We take the time to hear the viewpoint of others. Taking the time to understand and actively listen to another person's stories begins to glue our humanity together. By respectfully listening to another human's story and recognizing their words resonates the power and meaning in that situation. We learn from that. We learn from other people. That's how we are a better person, a better student in life. We can come together, united by words, and turn a fearful situation into a lasting hope. I've learned from all these different stories I hear from my clients, to my family, to even just listening to somebody's story on a TED Talk. It makes me feel like I don't have to be the only one out there. This journey we're all on is a varied one, for sure. We all have something different. But there is one similar thing that we're all going through, and that is the stories we tell that uncovers our roots and who we are inside. We are all continuously involved in a process of adding new stories every single day. Each one of us is in this meaning of life. We all have experience to draw upon, our struggles, our hardship, along with achievements and blessings. They all teach us life lessons. No matter what our hardships are, our experience of struggles, we have to learn to be grateful and appreciate all things that we are given. The people in our lives for time is so very precious, and once it's gone, we will never get it back. So in reality, the stories that we tell ourselves about ourselves frames who we are as an individual. Reasons to tell your life story is to make a mark on your life. We all want to be remembered, Certainly, we want to be remembered for the good we've done and for the significant accomplishments in our life. And we all have done so much to touch and leave mark on others. We all are very important to anyone's life that we touch on. We just need to realize our stories, who we are, is important. During the journey, we will make choices, decisions, mistakes. Nobody's perfect. Most of us will receive help along the way when we need it the most. And once in a while, we have the rewarding opportunity to repay that favor by giving someone else a helping hand. To share with others who you are, what you're about, and what you believe in is passing on very valuable personal history. The process of telling our story will help you identify the core values and belief that you hold. Sometimes we don't even know what we believe in until we are telling our story. Sharing it will pass on valuable lessons to others, and not only to others, but yourself. Our stories are creative conversations of life that can turn into more powerful, clear, more meaningful experiences. Everyone is necessarily a hero in their own life story. It's not a voice that commands a story, it's an ear. Your story is unique, just like you are. All of our stories will help build a bridge from one heart to another until we are all connected. Take a moment and think about, what is a story that you have to tell about your life, or the story that you want others to remember about your life that made a special difference to them. I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. Thanks again for listening, and stay tuned for my next one. I'm actually going to start doing these every week, so stay tuned.
Thanks so much for spending your time with the Momma Fit Podcast. Dana is so happy to share her tips and tricks with you. If you loved this podcast, we'd be so happy if you could share this episode with your friends and family. Also, if you have time, please leave us a review of your honest thoughts and reflections of the podcast on iTunes or our app. We'd be so grateful. If you have any topic or suggestion that you want answered, leave those in the comments below and make sure that you fit in your Momma Fit time.